Hi, this is Sharon Saladin. I'm here today with Barbara Best, and we are talking about depression. How
Oh,
sad, Barb?
oh, how sad your dad. Deep depression. Another way to look at depression is learning that it is not who we are. Let's say, for example, that you were lying down on a couch or your sectional or wherever, your bed, and you were feeling fine. You were just daydreaming, thinking, letting thoughts come in and go out, and the next thing you know, depression comes upon you. So you're not really sure where it came from, but probably a thought. And then to realize that this is not part of who I am. It is not part of who we are as beings here on earth. It doesn't really have anything to do with us whatsoever.
But it seems like there are so many things around that we could be depressed about,
Yes.
and it seems easier or more likely that some people are depressed more than other people.
Then there's this factor. If the depression remains because of the mood of maybe the body, possibly, then people need to go get a complete checkup with their doctor to make sure that everything's functioning the way that it should, especially with the hormones, because in women, the hormones mean everything. And if our glands aren't secreting what they ought to, then there is a problem there. However, there are different medicines that we can use for that are helpful, and I must say that the medical field has helped a lot of people with their depression. Of course, in the biblical days, they used oils, and a lot of people don't know that with the oils, they go into the auric field.
So you're talking about essential oils,
Essential oils,
which
yes.
we've heard a lot about lately,
Yes.
a lot of different brands for
Right,
essential oils.
yes, not petroleum oil. Essential
Baby
oils,
oil?
yeah, or baby oil, exactly.
Although it smells really good.
Yeah. Yeah, and so the oils in themselves, if used properly, can actually go over into another person's aura, and they can feel the oil, the essential oil itself that they're using, and it goes into the other person's aura and it makes them feel good. Sometimes the other person doesn't even know it, they don't even realize it. So that's another way of taking care of the depression. However, it's more important to realize, even if it's biological, that it's still not who we are, because we are not made that way. We are made in light and love, and in goodness and compassion, in balance and harmony, in beauty, and in the higher ideals. So we help ourselves by finding out the trigger or the area that it stems from, the origination, and it can come in karmically with us because of past actions. Depression sets in usually if we're not abiding by our spirit. We're not listening to the inner urges or the wants of our soul. And our soul, therefore, is created through the image and likeness of our God, and so we're not following the spiritual laws. The depression comes from lack of application, correct application of our God's laws. It's not to say that it's not the body doing it. The body could very well have an issue, but it's our attitude. And everything is attitude, because attitude is free will. And
So you're talking about thoughts?
I'm talking about thoughts, but I'm talking about biological issues also. And our attitude toward our biological issues then is everything. We cannot let the body dictate to us who and what we are and where we're going. And that is a very hard thing for humanity as a whole to pull up out of that, to not let that take over, because it's so heavy. And what is being generated out there now in the public is pretty much, I mean, if you buy into it, it's just not a happy area to be in. Most of the things that we see, like say if you're a TV watcher, is something that's not totally true. It is drama. It has been put out to draw out, make it long and a drawn out thing.
Are you talking about happenings in society?
Happenings in society, things that are on TV, things that they say this is going on in the world, this is that, this is that. It's to draw down our attention and to get us into a mode where we feel helpless.
So they're trying to make us depressed.
Well, if you watch
Or
it, they
afraid.
are. Sure.
Or both.
Yeah, both. And if we can't get ourselves away from the TV, at least watch something that's positive and that's full of light, not something that leads you the other way, because we have beings that are watching over our planet, and they are everywhere. And the planet is really not in the big turmoil that everybody thinks it is. The people and their attitudes have been predicted. So the ones that are watching over our planet, our God, already know it's going to happen. It's just we don't know. We're not paying attention to our spirit. And again, avidya, ignorance. When you don't know, that's when you get depressed.
Oh, isn't ignorance bliss?
Well, that's
that's
a good
wrong
point.
too?
Well, it only lasts while your head's in the sand. The minute you pull your head up out of the sand, the reality is there.
Bliss is gone.
Yeah, you know that song that says, this world goes nowhere? Well, it's not going anywhere. So after your ordeal of getting high or whatever you use to pacify yourself, by the time you turn around, there it is again.
Mm-hmm. There's
And
no escape.
Yeah, no escape. Well, the escape is through your spirit. The escape is through the meditation and through your connection with your source, your infinity of he whom not is known, whatever you would like to call that. That is liberation. And that is what we're supposed to be doing right now, especially if you're single, because it allows you the time to pursue all of that, pursue studying and meditation, pursue your own spirit, because no one else is going to give it to you. Only you can do it for yourself. So if you bite depression, you bite into that apple, you're biting into a big chunk that's really totally unnecessary for your growth. And again, get a physical. Find out what's going on, because as a person, you're not depression. We have a right to happiness.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Barb.
You're welcome.
Appreciate all your advice and insight. Thank you.
You're very welcome.